Hi guys and welcome back to Sheddy's Kitchen. I'm Sheddy. Today I'm delighted to share with you one of Mum's classic recipes. It's a tandoori chicken recipe that we're making, so tandoori roast chicken. Aren't we making sweet rice today? No, it's week B. It's my turn this week. Oh sorry, I thought it was week A. Shoo, off you go. Sorry about that. Today we are making a tandoori roast chicken, one of Mum's special dishes. So are you ready? Let's get cooking. So you're going to start off needing 8 chicken legs, and just a tiny bit about the chicken legs over here. You see we've cleaned them, we've scored them, we've done more than scored them, we've actually cut into it quite deep, and that's quite important because later on when we coat these with the seasoning and the mix that we're making, we want them flavours to really infuse in. Once you do actually wash these and clean these chicken legs, make sure that you leave them to drain thoroughly for about an hour. You need 5 teaspoons of lemon juice. We're just using bottled lemon juice at the moment, so 5 teaspoons of lemon juice. Three teaspoons of malt vinegar. 1.5 teaspoons of red chili powder. 1 teaspoon of cooking salt. 1 teaspoon of dry coriander powder. 2 teaspoons of dried fenugreek leaves, and that's known as methi. Four teaspoons of natural plain yogurt. That's slightly sour and that works really well in this recipe. Three teaspoons of tandoori masala, and just to show you that, the one that we use is this one over here, but any tandoori masala mix that you can get will be absolutely fine. Two teaspoons of Lahori jirga seasoning mix. We use this one over here. Any seasoning mix for roast chicken will do. If you can't get hold of this, don't worry, you can leave it out. And lastly, you're going to require some sunflower oil for later. Okay, so it's time to get this mixture ready for our tandoori roast chicken. So we'll start adding ingredients to the bowl. You need a bowl first. Don't put the chicken in there first. Let's put all the stuff that we're mixing together in there, and we'll add the chicken to the end. And you're just using your hands to mix for this. If you clearly don't want to use your hands, you can use a spoon just to mix this, but get stuck in and mix it with your hands. So you're going to need 5 teaspoons first of the lemon juice. So we'll just add that like this. We'll just a generic. And there you go. Here you go, that's 5. Next you'll need your vinegar, so 3 teaspoons of vinegar. One, just roughly measured out, 2 and 3. Squirt it out all over the shoulder. And just pop that away. So grab your red chili powder next. Again, this doesn't matter which order you're doing it in, I'm just doing it in order that I actually presented this to you. So you need 1.5 teaspoons of your red chili powder. There we go. 1 teaspoon of your cooking salt. 1 teaspoon of your dry coriander. 2 teaspoons of your dried fenugreek leaves. Now these are known as methi, we call it methi, but just 2 teaspoons of that. There we go. You need 4 teaspoons of your plain yogurt. And like I said, we use quite a sour one here. It has to be plain yogurt that you're using, so I'll pop the 4 teaspoons into there. So there's 1, 3 and the 4th one there for good measure. Three teaspoons of your tandoori masala powder. And the last of the ingredients is our Lahori jirga mix, seasoning mix, which is 2 teaspoons. I've got 2 teaspoons measured in there, so I'll just drop that straight in. I'm going to give that a lovely mix now, and then we'll add the chicken to that. So mix that up into this lovely paste that we're getting over here. Okay, so our ingredients are nice and uniform in there now. So I'm going to just add the chicken pieces to these, and then we will coat them chicken pieces with this lovely mixture. So I'll add them in first and we'll begin coating them. And again, just get stuck in and really coat these pieces of chicken with the tandoori mix, or the mix that we've made in here. Stick your hands underneath to get all the mixture out and just give them a good rub. Remember, you've scored these chicken pieces already, so these flavors, certainly when we leave the chicken pieces on the side in the fridge just to remain chilled, these flavors should infuse in, and it's really important to have them scores that we've made originally. You can do as many scores as you want really. We've done about 3 along the length of the chicken leg, but what that allows the flavors to infuse right in there, because once we've actually coated these all completely, which we've done now, I've still got to pull as much mixture as you can from the bottom and coat these. These are looking lovely and coated now. I am gonna let this bowl stay in the fridge for about 2 hours, so we will cover it with cling film in a moment, and we'll add it to the fridge and leave it in there for 2 hours to let these lovely flavours infuse in to the chicken. I'm just gonna wash my hands a second because I've got mixture all over it. Right, and what I'm going to do is just pop some cling film over that bowl. We'll just get it covered. We're going to keep this in the fridge for about 2 hours. Make sure you keep it at the bottom shelf of your fridge. The last thing we want is for you to put your chicken on the top of it, because that could be a disaster. So make sure you keep it at the bottom so it's not mixing or dripping onto any of your other food items that are in your fridge. So that'll go into the fridge now for 2 hours. So the chicken legs have been in the fridge now and they've chilled lovely and infused a lovely mixture of flavours that we've had in there for the last 2 hours. So now it's time for the next bit, and this is the stage where we're going to pop these chicken legs into the cooker, into the oven directly. Now, it's advisable at this point to preheat your oven. So we're using a gas oven. Some people have a fan assisted electric oven instead. So if you're using a gas oven, you need to be on a gas mark of 8. If it's fan assisted, you need to be at 210 for your fan assistant. So 210 on a fan assistant electric cooker. But if it's just in degrees Celsius, that's 230 degrees Celsius. So what we've done over here is we've got a tray ready with foil, and on that foil we've put our few teaspoons of sunflower oil that I suggested that you should have before, and it's uniformly being spread across the foil over here. To this we're going to add the chicken pieces, so we'll do that now. I'm going to squash all these on nicely. We'll just push these up right into the corners to make sure we're making space here. Doesn't matter that they're slightly touching. Just squeeze these up to make space. Let's just add that on there. I'm sure we'll fit the last one on. We've got one more after this. So there we go. Let's just jiggle these a tiny bit. Get the last piece in there. There we go. These will be ready to go straight into the oven. We'll pop these into the oven. That's preheating now for about 5 minutes, and these need to go into the oven for approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes or so. You can check that, but prior to popping this into the oven, we're going to add some foil over the roast chicken to cover it. So I'll just grab some foil now. So we're just going to cover that with foil. Just an important thing to note before I cover this with foil is when we do put this into the oven directly, it's going to go on in there for approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. But what you need to do is half an hour into the cooking process, you need to take this tray out, and you need to make sure you flip up all the chicken pieces, so turn them all the other way before you pop them back into the oven again. So that's after half an hour. And half an hour after that, you will come back to see if there's still any water in the tray. And what you need to do, if there's still some excess water in there, just drain that water out, pop this back into the oven and let it cook for the further 15 minutes. I'm just going to pop the foil onto this now, and this will now go straight into the oven. Now look at that for a dish. Time to get my parents' approval. Parent approval met. So for many more of my dishes, please make sure you click that notification bell, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you soon.